Hi, this is Luke from Insect Chaos, and today we're going to take a look at reboxing Nemesis Lockdown and its stretch goals. So with a caveat, the only thing I have not packed in here is the essentially the third story. So to start off with, I was inspired by watching essentially a reboxing from SideGame LLC. I'll put the link in the description just for your own reference. So to start with, we've got the manuals, including the stretch goal manual, the rooms, and the map. So over here, we have essentially the identifier, the elevator, essentially the citrids. I can't remember. It's kind of like the nest or the way the spores work. Over here we have all the boards. So you can see that I've got the stretch goal boards in here, as well as the character boards. Alright. Over here we have the bag. The bag has essentially just the standard starting tokens for Nemesis. Nemesis Lockdown, sorry. So it's just the one blank. So I think there should be 3 of those. I can't remember. Yep. 3 lavas, 1 blank, 3 lava, 1 creeper, 3 adults, and a queen. So I preset this bag at the beginning and at the end of every game, so that I can start the next game relatively quickly. And then for every player that you're having to play the game, you will then introduce that many adult tokens. And then over here we've got the Citrix attack cards, as well as the event. Originally I had the player guides in here. There's 5 of them, but it raised the lid up a little bit. Well, the card set, because right now it sits a bit flush to the insert, but it was going above it, so I've taken it out. I put it to the side. Over here you've got essentially I put a bag and that says the Void Seeders. We'll go in here. This one I make sure and mark as Carnomorphs. So in case you forgot, that's the backing for Carnomorphs. And then we've got these, I guess the extra character stuff. Over here is from the stretch goals. So they give you a second set of 5. I'm not 100% sure what's so different about these. I might have to double check this, but you may or may not require this. This just seems to be spare, but right now, since I have space, I've put them in here. You've got the character draft for the medics. You've got the alternate, I guess, well, the special cards for playing Android, as well as the bounty hunters in here. So that all sits nicely flush there. This one will probably have to shuffle the tokens around a bit, flatten it out, and they'll sit here. So that's that top layer. So let's remove this now. Alright, over here. Now, this part, okay, let me redo this. So, not sure if you can see properly, but you can see there's a dip in certain spots of the top insert, except for this section here. So let me just raise this up a bit. So over here is where you need to put all the, I guess, miniatures that's going to be a little bit bigger than the insert will allow. And so I've put in essentially the queen in here for the Citrix. I've got the starting player raccoon, as well as the rover. See, so it's there. Over here, all the doors. There's 4 in each section. This has 2 with the rover in here. Over here, I have the noise markers, which currently in the bag, but I really don't need don't really need the bag in here. I've also got the main door. Over here I've got the main game tokens in the bag, so I can keep it separate and unique. These three I might have to work out again later, because I think if I recall correctly, these are actually for void seeders. So I just put it there because I thought they were for citrus, but I think I'm wrong on that front. So I'll have to work out a different way of putting that. Maybe I'll have to put the void seeders bag for the cards and the event cards. Over here we have essentially the ammo or the red cubes, and then these are multi-purpose like slime or finding the raider. But there's a bit of gap, so I'll put that there. Over here I've got fire and the damage tokens over here. And then in this bottom corner I have essentially the egg, the carcass, and well, the alien carcass as well as player carcass. I've got the outside Mars events on the alternate board, and then each of the player tokens. In here we have essentially the secret objectives. They all go in here. I have essentially this part is if you'll need everything for the lockdown game. So all the dice, the power, and then over in the top right, essentially all the small damage. -1 because the last one is here, and we've got 3 large damage. Now the rest of these tokens is essentially for all the aliens. Like I said, if you need more for the adults, you grab it from the back. I've been investigating coin capsules, but I haven't quite got them yet. Eventually I'll see what I'll do when eventually I get those. But in the meantime, this is the storage. It fits very nicely, and yeah. Alright, over here, which is the top of the plastic board, you've got essentially the standard miniatures that comes with Lockdown. Now I'll put the citrus, I guess, spore tokens as well. Oh, the last door is here because that was the only space I had left. These dice, which is quite neat because they just fit under the lip of that. There, and then the alien tokens for the citrus. Interesting enough, this is smaller than the standard game, or standard lockdown version. And then last of all, this is just what I just tend to put for the standard lockdown. That was originally like this. This is, I think it's just the original character cards. All characters, as well as the Night Stalker's weakness. And then all the items, even though it's a little bit of a squeeze, goes in here. As you can see, all my cards are sleeved, and they fit nicely. In here we have the computer actions, the events, character drafts. We've got the solo co-op, and I think this is just the normal objectives. Right, so both the corporate and personal objectives are in here. One of the things I have done, which is probably not on this one because I don't really need to, but I'll probably show you at a later stage. All of the middle part is essentially all the player cards as well as the crafted items. Oh, not crafted items, the guides and the, I guess, the player markers, like 1, 2, 3, 5, and then the rest of it is just player action cards. And this is the one that's a little bit of a squeeze, is pretty much everything else. Now, one of the things I have noticed is if I put everything the right way up, in other words, the sleeve opening at the top and then bottom is the bottom, I found that it didn't quite fit properly because obviously this bit here, the bottom bit, is a little bit thicker than the top part. So what I found is I have to kind of like alternate it a bit to make it fit better. So you can see this one's right side up, this one's upside down. You know, got right side up, more vents, and then the other one is down. So I just alternated these. I found that it works best for trying to squeeze all these sleeve cards in here, and that has worked pretty well for me. So, and that's pretty much it for my reboxing. So, if you're happy to just leave here, thank you for watching and cheers. Otherwise, I will start putting this back together. I think the trickiest thing I found is actually just the top part because of the bag. Because normally you have to shuffle the bag in a bit. You probably tend to want to put more towards this side because there's a little bit more of a gap here. Squeeze this side in. Followed by the board. The two maps. Should go. Basic rulebook. And so, yeah, like I said, the only thing I did not put in here is the Untold Stories 3. Because I don't think you need that for every game. And then otherwise, I think one of the things I'll probably look to explore is taking all the characters out from this box and then put them in a separate box, probably most likely the Aftermath box, and then have that as my character box so that I can easily switch between Nemesis Lockdown as well as the original Nemesis. If you got this far, again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the reboxing of Nemesis Lockdown. Cheers!